I'm Ron, designer of the Paulk Workbench. Many carpenters around the world currently are using the Paulk Workbench. They got a set of plans and built it and sent me, a lot of them have sent me photos, and they're quite gorgeous. I am still working off the prototype. I have no reason or need to replace it. It's not as refined, but it's just as strong and working just as well. The one shortcoming that I have with the bench, and it's pretty minor, is a router table. I was going to build myself a similar table, a smaller version of this, to be a separate router table. But I decided, since I work by myself or sometimes with just a couple of guys, I want to keep my setup small and simple, and I don't need a router table that often. So what I've decided to do is add a drop-in plate with a fairly large router, a 3+ horsepower router with electronic speed control, so I can turn some of the big bits if I want to build cabinet doors or run some larger moldings, as well as do some of the smaller bits where I can join an edge or something like that. So that revision is made to the new bench that I'm going to build, and there's some minor differences in how it's constructed to simplify it a little bit, and also a little bit of material changes to lighten it up slightly. Other than that, it's the same bench that has been available. So what I'm going to do is record the process of building it, just so you'll have an idea of what it takes, and we're going to get started. The plans show a material use so that I can get the most efficient cuts, and I think it's about 4.5 sheets of 1/2-inch AC ply. So I'm going to do all of my ripping first of the 1/2 inch. The existing bench that I'm using to make the replacement bench, I've been using these strips here. They've been replaced a few times, but they're just 3/4 inch plywood that they're sacrificial, and they lay on top of the bench. And you can see this bench, being a couple of years old, doesn't have a cut in it or a score at all. Tops and bottoms cut from 2 sheets, and that's the fall off. Okay, so I got the tops and the bottoms cut, so now I'm going to rip the sides and the spreaders. The spreaders and the sides are the same width, so I'll rip them all out, and then I'll worry about all the cross cutting, the separate operation. So all the material for the sides and the spreaders are ripped, and there's absolutely no waste except sawdust. And then there's this leftover strip, which will be used for some other parts. So that was 2 sheets to do the tops and the bottoms, and 1 sheet to do all the spreaders and sides. Most of the rips are done, so I'm going to do a little cross cutting now. The next thing I'm going to do before I start milling all the parts for the top, I am going to build the sawhorses.